This episode of ETC is brought to you by the Baka Chronicles and Go90.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tech Tuesday.
And now that the insanity of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all of those days in between are finally behind us,
Thank God.
we can get back to talking about actual tech news and not just tech deals that are barely even worth the effort. So have you ever wanted to get into computer science and programming but didn't know where to start?
I know I have.
Well, last week the Raspberry Pi Foundation unveiled the latest model of their tiny single-board computers, and it costs $5.
Wow. Now, starting in 2011 with the first Raspberry Pi, which cost only $35, the foundation has been pushing really hard to make computer science and programming as accessible as possible. And since then, hobbyists have been finding all sorts of clever uses for it and sharing their creations with other Pi owners online.
So the guts of the Raspberry Pi are incredibly basic. They're roughly equivalent to home PCs from around the year 2000s. And it's literally just a board with ports for USB and HDMI, and it doesn't even come with a case. But thanks to its size and cost, people have been using it to make things like retro game emulator consoles, custom alarm clocks, dedicated media servers, and so much more. There's some really weird shit out there.
But don't bring those alarm clocks to school.
No.
No, I used to have one of these things when I was a kid. At Radio Shack, you could go buy the little, it came with wires and a bunch of little springs. And depending on where you put the wires to on it, you can make an AM radio, you could make an alarm clock and stuff like that.
This is like that, but way more advanced.
Yeah, it's for the modern era, exactly. Anyways, now with the latest model, the Pi Zero, being sold for only $5 and being only about a fifth of the size of a $5 bill, the barrier for entry into basic computer tinkering costs about the same as a Starbucks latte. Hell, if you subscribe to Raspberry Pi Foundation's official magazine, Magpie, you get one for free with the latest issue.
Yeah.
Better than a game disc.
Yeah.
Demo disc.
So this is great news for kids interested in computer science. It's great news for schools who want to teach computer science but have trouble getting it in the budget. And it's fantastic news for students and teachers and hobbyists in places where even the $35 Raspberry Pi was too expensive.
Yeah, this is good news all around.
Computer programming for everyone. I might buy one. $5.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Tinker it. I'll probably get frustrated within 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
but-
I don't have the patience of a child anymore.
Yeah, no tinkering for me. But moving on from technology being used for good to technology being used for evil, the NSA has been pretty notorious these past few years for just straight out spying on US citizens. Ever since Edward Snowden leaked a bunch of truth all over us and ran away to Russia to avoid being executed by the US government, we've known about this.
Come here, Edward. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll get rid of all the charges.
Ha! Yeah! Caught! You put him in a sack and just put him over your shoulder and carry him back to the old US of A.
But this past weekend, the USA Freedom Act went into effect, and now the NSA is no longer allowed to collect metadata from US citizens' phone calls on the same sweeping scale that they've been doing it for the last decade. Hooray, right? Well...
Now, this is certainly a small victory for privacy, but the NSA still has plenty of domestic spying power. Don't be fooled. They just have to be a little more specific about what they're looking for instead of just collecting all phone data everywhere at once, which isn't even that valuable because it's like, how are you gonna go searching through all that stuff for something credible?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's still too much. So, I mean, the USA Freedom Act is literally the successor to the Patriot Act that was passed after 9/11 that stripped all of us of a lot of our privacy.
Yeah, it's basically the antonym of Patriot is, yeah.
The Patriot Act expired, so Congress and the Senate came up with a new version with a few small tweaks, but it's still considered way too broad and way too permissive by pretty much everyone who gives a damn about internet privacy in this country, so got a long way to go.
If you're too young to have lived through this, the Patriot Act was introduced right on the heels of 9/11 happening, and at that point, there was not a senator, congressman, or anyone that would say no to an act called the Patriot Act because you would look un-American. And we had to go catch the Osama. Damn it.
Also, the internet
and for some reason we tried it in Iraq.
Yeah. The internet and even cell phones were a lot less common back then than they were now. Now we do everything on there, so it's a little scary.
Yeah. But I guess we'll just have to wait around for these new laws to expire, and then maybe our elected officials will grow some balls. But speaking of things expiring and going away, mark your calendars, Adobe Flash is dead.
Or at least it's on its deathbed.
Yeah, pull the plug.
Years ago, Flash was a pretty big deal for web design because it allowed designers to do all sorts of interactive stuff that HTML wasn't quite capable of. But ever since the advent of HTML5, Flash has become pretty much obsolete for web design, and in many cases has been a huge liability exploited by hackers.
If it wasn't for Flash, we wouldn't have ever had Homestar Runner and Strong Bad.
All the Newgrounds games, too.
Anyways, Adobe saw all this coming and for years has let users of its Flash Professional application use the app to create HTML5 and WebGL animations. And they say about a third of the content currently created by Flash Professional isn't Flash.
So with Flash increasingly being used to make non-Flash animations, Adobe has decided to ditch the name Adobe Flash Professional altogether. They're now calling it Adobe Animate CC, with the CC standing for Creative Cloud. That's the subscription-based model. Almost all their apps are now exclusively available on.
We use it.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Okay.
Aside from its uses on the web, Flash has remained extremely popular as a tool for creating actual narrative animation for film and television, with tons of shows currently on TV using it as at least an intermediate step in their animation process. So changing the name to Adobe Animate also sounds like a message from Adobe to all those animation studios saying, don't worry, we still got your back. And that's really good.
Yeah. Anyway, remember Amazon Prime Air?
Yeah.
That drone delivery service Amazon has been teasing for exactly 2 years? I'm not joking about that either. Jeff Bezos unveiled Amazon Prime Air on December 1st, 2013. Feels like yesterday. Time flies.
Really?
Time flies upward and then floats.
Horizontally and vertically. Yeah. Really? Anyway, since showing off the concept, Amazon has been hard at work figuring out a way to make their plan actually work and get the governments of the world on their side. And this past Sunday, they showed off their newest concept for Prime Air with the help of former Top Gear host and man with a very short fuse, Jeremy Clarkson.
Current Amazon employee.
Yeah.
You can punch whoever you want, Jeremy.
This is Amazon, baby.
This is Amazon.
All we have is robots. Just
you treat our employees like shit anyway. You can punch them in the face. It's nothing worse than what they've already had to deal with.
Yeah.
Allegedly. The new drone design is significantly different from the basic quadcopter design from the original concept. Now it's bigger, it's more colorful, more streamlined, and its hybrid design features rotors for both vertical and horizontal travel, presumably to make it faster. It looks like it could maybe carry a little bit more weight than the original too.
Yeah. Amazon has also showed off a little bit more of how they imagine ordering from Prime Air would work and how the delivery would work. It's basically Amazon Prime Now minus the delivery truck. If you live close enough to an Amazon warehouse and order something in their inventory that doesn't weigh too much, it'll bring the package to you in 30 minutes or less, notifying you when it's arriving and dropping the package off onto a little Amazon logo that you place outside in your yard to indicate that's where you want it to go.
Yeah, it's like a little placemat.
Yeah.
It's like, drop it here.
Yeah, and it tracks it.
Yeah, put it on your roof.
My thing with this is Prime Now works really well.
How fast though?
In an hour.
Well, this is 30 minutes.
You got me beat. You got me. You got me. It's half the time.
Especially in that LA traffic, am I right?
Hey!
So there's still no word on when or if this will actually be a reality because the FAA is still figuring out how the hell they're going to regulate drones as they become increasingly popular. But it's great to see Amazon pushing the idea in the meantime and trying to get the public on their side because, damn it, I'm lazy, and when I push my Kraft Macaroni and Cheese Amazon Dash button, I want my damn Kraft Macaroni and Cheese.
Yeah, I want to hear faster than it takes to cook.
I'm just going to keep pressing it.
Yeah,
until
it shows up. Still, we have to mention the fact that Americans are gonna shoot these out of the sky at an alarming rate. They would have to regulate this so hard and make laws that are so severe that it's like shooting at an airplane with like a rocket launcher or something.
Even using a laser pointer on airplanes like a federal offense.
Exactly.
That's why the FAA needs to regulate them as aircraft and not like hobby craft.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get your government laws off my property, Elliot.
Big government.
Yeah, so anyways, it'll be a real rocky start to this program if they actually start using it. But you know what company I know will nail this perfectly? Domino's Pizza. They are going to nail it.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect the technology.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And then it's like, well, who's going to shoot down a $5, $10 pizza?
Like a gust of wind comes though, and the entire pizza like
no, it holds
out,
on to it,
landing on your car, and then you crash.
No, it holds on to it with the grips.
I don't know.
And then it puts a little parachute on it.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, let's get some pizza.
What do you think about air pizza?
What are you gonna get delivered via a drone? They should put you know how the guy made the drone with the gun on it? Put a gun on the front of every drone that delivers stuff so people shoot it.
The only way to stop a bad gun is a good gun on a drone. It's the rules.
Yeah.
Don't even try it, buddy.
Great Tech Tuesday to come back to. Anyways, here's our other content. We talk about Sam Pepper being an idiot again.
Yeah, and we also released a Lost episode that you shouldn't watch because it's garbage.
And then a podcast that you should watch because we make our Christmas wish. And if Santa, if you're watching.
Ho, ho, ho.